Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Happy Sunday, everybody. We're so glad you joined us. A special welcome to our new viewers. I know you won't be disappointed. We have some exciting message and music today. We have Kopo magic in the house and a special surprise as far as the special music goes too. Always a joy to have him. We're grateful to have our own Drew Brinkard back playing bass. We've missed him. 2 weeks he was gone. How dare he? It's really hot outside, but hey, it's summertime. I hope you're comfortable wherever you are viewing this. I wanted to let you know that our message, our theme for the month of July is freedom. We have a special talk today by our dear Reverend Linda Brewer. So look forward to that. It'll be a meaty talk, lots of really good information. I'm affirming that, but I also know from experience that's just the way she rolls. So look forward to that. In the meantime, let's sing together. Wherever you are, join us with your voice. You can even take off your mask if you're in your house and with your own family. I'd love to hear your voice, so I'll just envision that. Let's dance together in our freedom, our birthright.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. I'm so grateful to all of you who are out there love streaming our services this morning here at the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. We are so happy that you have chosen to be with us, and I hope you're all dancing. My name is Linda Brewer, and we are a spiritual community where all are welcome. Welcome, that is, to be part of our virtual services for now. We really do look forward to that day when you can be here with us in person, and we just affirm that one of these days that will be the case. Our practitioner holding high watch from home this morning is Katie Hernandez. Throughout the service, she will be in prayer, knowing that the best and highest is unfolding as we share this sacred time together. Our prayer practitioner this morning is Jim Ferris. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor every pathway by which people seek to know and connect with the divine, and we work on our individual consciousness so that we can help make the world a better place. So we do here at our center have vision, mission, and purpose statements. You can find those on our website in the section about us. But each Sunday morning we like to remind ourselves and say out loud our purpose. So wherever you are, I invite you to join me in doing that right now. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Thank you so much. If you haven't been there lately, I invite you to please visit our website. We are keeping it up every day and with the latest information. So it's your very number one best source to find out about what's happening here at the Salt Lake Center. That is www.spirituallyfree.org. And we do affirm spiritual freedom for everyone. Our theme this month, as Rick said, is freedom, also unchained spirituality. I will, as he said, be the speaker this morning. And our topic is none of us are free until all of us are free. Next week, Selena Baugh will be here as we continue to talk about freedom for everyone. We do encourage all of you to sign up for our weekly newsletter. That usually comes out on Friday. And also to be sure to check the announcements page. That's where most of the new stuff will be on the website, so do that. We'll have information there from our home office, from what's going on here at the center, and also any relevant information about what's happening in the community in relation to COVID-19. So please check that out. If you are missing connecting with other members, and gosh, I know we all are, Reverend Myrna is doing a Zoom meeting right after our Sunday service, so you can connect that way with other folks and talk about the service or talk about what's going on in your life. I don't know what all they talk about, but you're welcome to join and check it out. Today is the day that our Sunday meditation moved to 9:40, and it will be there so forever, I guess. The change was done in order to give the audiovisual team a little more time between the end of the meditation and the beginning of this service to tweak all the stuff, the amazing stuff that they do up there, Raj and Raj. Just incredible. So it also gives you time to grab a cup of coffee, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, so you're ready when the service begins. This Tuesday, July 14th, a great group from our center called Wizards and Crones will meet at noon on Zoom. Wizards and Crones is a group for anyone who wants to be part of conversations designed to explore how spirituality shows up in multiple ways in our lives. The July meeting is going to focus on visioning what's next, creating the mental equivalents needed to manifest a post-COVID world that works for everyone. So please join Reverend Myrna in this time of sharing and creating. The link for that is on the website. And I'd like to remind you each week that one of our foundations of our center, the foundation, is prayer, and that we create using affirmative prayer. If you're facing any challenges in any areas of your life, our professional prayer practitioners are available to pray with you. There's a prayer request place on the website. You can put a request in there, and all of the practitioners will be knowing the best and highest for you as this week unfolds. You can also let us know if you'd like to talk with a practitioner, and one of them would be happy to give you a call and pray with you in person. So please, if you're having a hard time, or if you just want to celebrate with somebody else, let us know. So right now, I want to invite you to allow Jim's reading of the centering music to connect to you with that sacred space within as we prepare for Jim to lead us in prayer.
This week, I'd like to read a passage from 365, Science of Mind. a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. Now and always, I recognize that I live, move, and have my being in God. I am part of universal mind. All the qualities and all the wealth of good and desirable things that exist in universal mind are mine now. I perceive, accept, and experience them. I know that all the beauty of form around me is the garment of God. I know that garment of form. I know that the presence that manifests in my heart and mind is God expressing within that garment of form. As I feel this presence more and more, I hear the song of joy deep within me. When I am still, I hear the song of life pouring through my consciousness. I have only to listen, for it is always there. With this knowledge comes the assurance that that loving presence is always here, nearer than hands and feet. I have nothing to fear. I feel this loving embrace around me, and I know that it is not only a song of joy, but a song of love and protection. I tune in with the sunshine of life, with brightness and laughter, with the joyous presence that is life itself. I now lay aside all striving and let the law bring my good to me. I joyfully anticipate greater abundance, more freedom, more joy. Peace fills my heart, and life sings through me in radiant ecstasy.
It's like the air around me. It's like the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me, and I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed was already here. Closer than the sunlight, and nearer than the air. the sunlight on my face. I feel the love of God surround me, and I am touched by amazing grace. And all I ever wanted, and all I ever needed, was already here, closer than the sunlight, and nearer than the air.
Breathing in that air of life, I recognize the one power, the one love, creator of all life. I know each individual here is still receptive to this presence. Divine presence loves and cherishes me and every human being. This one life loves and supports all creation. I rejoice in oneness with this loving presence and feel such gratitude for this expansive consciousness of peace, of freedom. I know all the words spoken here today bless each and every person. Our talented musicians lead us in singing unity and freedom to all the world. In this moment, I am so grateful to share love and kindness in spiritual community. As together we say in one voice, and so it is.
Thank you, Jim. Wonderful reading. Isn't it amazing how timely that is? You just open the book to today's date in that collection of quotes from Ernest Holmes, and it falls so beautifully into the message today. I invite you to sing again. We're going to shift the energy just a little bit. This is a song that I downloaded in meditation. I felt like George Floyd was giving me a message for all humanity from the other side. So these are the words that I heard. I call it free.
I am free. choices. I am free. I am free right now. We're given life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 'Cause all parts of God, endowed by our Creator. The way is clear, and He cries for our wisdom. We are untethered as we reach for something greater. I'm sailing smooth on the open sea with endless possibilities. So much good lives in and around me. I freely choose and let it be. Oh, I am free. I am boundless. Yeah, there is nothing holding me down. I can breathe. I see my choices. I am free. I am free right now. I am free. I am free right now. Right now, yeah. Right now, right now.
That's so fun. It's my privilege to introduce our special music today. I said we had a little surprise. You know, Kopo Magic is here, his eccentric, talented, wonderful songwriting self. He brought a friend with him, Jordan Hale, a incredible saxophone player, has played all over the state of Utah. In Park City, he just kind of, steps himself into the band and just starts blowing that horn. It's awesome. So please welcome Kopo Magic with Jordan Hale. Woo.
So this song is called Don't Give Up. To have freedom, you got to keep striving, keep moving forward. Don't give up, don't give up the fight or win the race called life. When you're falling apart, falling into a million pieces. You know I'll do anything and everything for you. When you're falling apart, falling into a million pieces. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up. See you're living on the edge of wanting to give up. You feel like there's nothing to live for. But I'm here to tell you, you're everything to live for. Oh, I'm here to tell you, you're everything to live for. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, don't give up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up. See you suffering, see you stop living, just to live one more day, to be my miracle, to be loved, to live one moment more. You're worth fighting for, so get up and fight to make everything alright. Be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. No, 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 don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up. Doesn't really matter what you did to me, doesn't really matter what you did to me. Put it all behind us, put it in the past. We all look into the future, make it all last. Don't you think about it, baby, let's move on. Just to tease this lovey, let me sing this song, just forget about it. Baby, let's move on, yes I do forgive you. Let me sing you this song. Be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle, be my hero, be my miracle. Don't give up, up, up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up, 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 up. Don't give up. Thank you.
I get to introduce our speaker today. I've known Linda for so many years. I know a lot about her, some of which maybe some of you don't know. Now she's going to squirm in her seat a little bit. All I want to say is Reverend Linda Brewer, who's a practitioner here, comes from just a wealth of experience and spiritual experience, worldly experience. She lived in Germany, she lived in the States, she lived back east, and of course she lived out west here. She has been a chaplain, involved in interfaith. It's just a wealth of wisdom that we are so fortunate to have here in our community. And this is a tough subject that she gets to speak on today. But I want you to know it comes from that compassion and world and spiritual experience. I'm always stretched when I hear Linda speak. There's always a lesson, and there's always love and the intention of a better world. That's what I know. Please welcome our speaker today, Reverend Linda Brewer.
Wow. Thanks, Rick. Not sure I can live up to all that. Kopo, that was amazing. Thank you. Can you believe that we're just barely halfway through this year? I don't know about you, but it feels to me like the last 4 months have lasted half a decade. I spoke to this room full of people on March 8th, and the next week, and every week since then, we get up here on Sunday and do the service and trust the rumors and numbers on our Facebook feed that tell us that somewhere out there you are watching, and we're grateful for that. But we sure do look forward to having you right here in the building with us. Our theme from home office today is none of us are free until all of us are free. The notes they sent for the reason or context for the topic started by referencing spiritual mind treatment, which is the type of prayer that we do here. We often say that we treat for something rather than that we pray for something. The beginning of the notes said, in understanding that we treat and move our feet, we understand that creative action is a part of our spiritual practice. And so we must act accordingly with regards to all of the ways in which any incarnation of God may be experiencing anything other than freedom. In other words, our spirituality calls us not just to pray about an issue, but to do something. If you heard my talk in June, you know I talked about what was then the two most prevalent issues of the day, COVID-19 and racism. And we have not been freed from either of those in the last month. Failure in most places to adopt effective policies advocated by healthcare experts has caused the virus to spread unabated in about 75% of our states, including right here in Utah. And unfortunately, George Floyd was not the unarmed black man to be killed by police. Other hate crimes have continued against those who the perpetrators view as other than or less than. Property is being destroyed, and the deep political divide in our country has made finding common ground more and more difficult, even in churches and spiritual centers. I worked very hard in preparing my last talk to fact-check everything I was saying, to focus on our spiritual calling in response to the events of the day and the history that laid the groundwork for those events. And yet I was told that some thought my talk was political. I think that reflects the divide in our country when a Sunday talk cannot call us to use the power we have been given as co-creators of the universe to help create what our denomination holds as its global vision, a world that works for everyone. If we are committed to remaining ignorant of how our unconscious biases contribute to others not being free, we are falling far short not only of our global vision, but of the great commandment that we love one another as we love ourselves. That commandment is not that we love one another as less than we are, or that we tolerate one another as we tolerate ourselves, or that we love one another if the other has the right color skin or belongs to the correct political party, or one of the multitude of other ways that we find to differentiate and separate ourselves instead of focusing on our oneness. In the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes said, the two great commandments are to love God and our fellow humans. On these hang all the law and the prophets. Love is a complete unity with life. A complete unity with life. And we cannot enter this state unless we are in unity with all that lives. For all life is one. To love God alone is not enough, for this would exclude our fellow humans. To love humanity alone is not sufficient, for this would be too limited a concept of God. When we realize that God and people are one and not two, we shall love both. We shall love all humans as expressions of God, and God as the life principle of all. That's on page 459. There are no restrictions on who we are called to love. It's everyone. And I'll be honest with you, I am not successful in doing that. And I know I'm not the only one who struggles to love everyone. In fact, I've been told there are those who do not love me. Imagine. Quite frankly, I can understand that because there are days I don't love myself very much either. And I think self-love is essential, since the commandment is to love others as we love ourselves. Perhaps if anyone is having trouble loving someone else, we need to figure out how we're failing to love ourselves. Our teachings tell us that we are all one, that there is only God expressing itself in a myriad of forms that includes you and me and all that is. If we are to love one another as we love ourselves, from what do we need to free ourselves in order to free everyone else? What is it that we judge rather than love within ourselves that is then reflected back to us in others who we then judge? How do we free ourselves from judgments of ourselves and of another so that we can each love all and so that all may truly be free? I've come to the conclusion that the answers begin within, with our willingness to explore who we are, the cultures in which we live and have lived, and their influences on us, how we came to be the people that we are, our personal and shared histories, our relationships past and present, how we spend our time and money, where we focus our attention, and what commitments we make for our time, talent, and treasure. I've been working this last month to educate myself about what it is in our humanness and our country's history that has implanted the biases we have. And I've been working to discern, what do we do if we truly desire to acknowledge the very real truth that none of us are free until all of us are free, and not all of us are free? I'm searching to discover how to make it true that we are all free. I don't yet have a perfect answer, but I've learned a lot about what gets in the way and what we can begin to do to change things. I think that job one is to commit ourselves to being part of the solution, which then requires that we educate ourselves about what we don't know and how, often outside our awareness, we are part of the problem instead. We have to uncover what lies in our unconscious minds that impacts what we say and think and do, without realizing where our beliefs come from and whether they are true. During this last month in exploring my racism, I've watched a number of documentaries, including one about our founding fathers and their relationship and complicity in enslaving a whole race of people at the same time that they were working to create a country based on the premise that all are created equal. I've watched the historical movies and online seminars. I've been shocked to discover all the ways that whites have used and continue to use the law to disenfranchise blacks and natives and immigrants. I've been working with the book, Me and White Supremacy. I'm reading everything I can and watching lectures from various people, including an excellent but disturbing one this week from a white female doctor at the U about the discrepancies in healthcare and healthcare education between whites and people of color. It has been an emotional roller coaster. And I've come to recognize that part of my white privilege is that I could choose to stop learning all this stuff that is so distressing, while those who are systematically disenfranchised are not free to leave that which distresses them. We are all one. None of us is free until all of us is free. Here in Utah, with just over 1% of our population being black and over 86% white, other isms may be more relatable, easier to recognize than racism, though that does not change that it is here, though more covert. And in our country as a whole, racism is the most long-standing, dominant force for inequality, and we have unconsciously absorbed its beliefs and lived with unearned privilege because of it. Biases, barriers, in many cases legal discriminations as well, exist in many other isms, such as those based on gender, socioeconomic status, age, education, sexual orientation, gender identity, political beliefs, physical abilities, intelligence, and many more. And the vast majority of those are baked into the recipient's DNA and cannot be changed. Through no fault of their own, millions and millions of people in our country have fewer rights, fewer economic opportunities, unequal access to education, healthcare, housing, and are subject to other discriminations of opportunity and often looked down on by others because of something in them they cannot change. And without a lot of conscious work on our part, we are all part of the problem. For all of us to be free, we are being called to actively work on ourselves to be part of the solution. So where do we start? We start by going inside, by getting quiet, by asking ourselves to be open to whatever needs to be revealed about how we are believing in separation instead of oneness. And then we listen. We listen for Spirit to speak. Listen for the guidance of what to study, where to go, how to serve. We ask for willingness to do the hard work, face the hard truths, and to be open to change. Richard Rohr, the amazing Catholic mystic, says, we need both contemplation and action. As Dr. King noted, prayer is a marvelous and necessary supplement of our feeble efforts, but it is a dangerous substitute. Contemplation teaches us what is ours to do and how to do it without ego and partisan motivations. Grounded in prayer, our work becomes practical and transformational. Job one, then, is to prayerfully commit ourselves to learning, to growing, to doing what is ours to do, and to always coming back to Spirit, to love, so that all may be free. Next, we seek education about the ism that we are choosing to release in our lives. Reading, investigating online, seeking more information, watching relevant videos, webinars, movies, always coming back to our awareness of God, expressing as all that is. Asking our Creator for help in being reminded when we keep forgetting, or when separation seems so much more real than oneness. This quote offers a great recipe for oneness. Ignorance of each other is what has made unity impossible in the past. Therefore, we need enlightenment. We need more light about each other. Light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience. And patience creates unity. Once we have more knowledge, more light about each other, we will stop condemning each other, and unity will be brought about. That quote is from Malcolm X. It is not the job of the disenfranchised to educate us about how we need to change in order to embrace true equality. If our skin is white, then regardless of all the other factors in our lives, we have started the race with a tremendous head start. And it is our responsibility to find out the ways that is true. Only then is it time to open ourselves to conversations with those who have been harmed by the inequities from which we have benefited. And we need to expect that to be uncomfortable just as much of what we discover in our process of learning will be uncomfortable. Only now, we are really called to be courageous, which means also that we're called to be vulnerable. One of the things I watched this month was Brene Brown's video on the call to courage. And here are some things she shared that I think are relevant. To not have conversations because you're uncomfortable is the definition of privilege. You will be uncomfortable. Your job is to listen. You will make mistakes, but let it not be the one of staying silent about injustice. Brave leaders are never silent around hard things. Our job is to excavate the unsaid, to give others permission to share their experience, their truth. This requires courage and vulnerability. Vulnerability is the feeling we get with uncertainty and risk, with being emotionally exposed. There is no courage without vulnerability. And we either do vulnerability willingly or it does us. And remember, it's easier to cause pain than to feel pain. It's time for us to recognize where and how and with whom we have been causing pain. It's also time to explore if our pain is from something over which we have power or if it is being inflicted by others. I know that there are those in our philosophy who argue that we have a choice whether to allow ourselves to experience pain. I disagree. I believe that what we have a choice about is how we respond to the pain that we experience. With enough privilege, we may also have choices about how much we expose ourselves to situations that might bring with them pain. But we must also recognize that many are subjected to pain merely as a result of their race, gender, country of origin, and so many other things that are not under their individual control. While our philosophy teaches that we are co-creators of our lives, it does not deny the existence of a collective race consciousness that is a significant part of who we each are. It is up to us to do the work, to recognize the influence of that collective consciousness on our beliefs and the decisions and choices we make about everything in our lives. If we want to choose consciously and not out of our unconscious collective mind, we can do the steps I've already outlined in order to be intentional about being part of the solution and not the problem, about helping to create a world that works for everyone. We start with prayer, then educate ourselves so we can recognize the content of our own unconscious mind. We have conversations with the disenfranchised, commit to acting with courage from a place of vulnerability. Recognize and admit that our privilege has caused others pain, perhaps through no conscious intention of our own, but because we have failed to discern the impact of the race collective consciousness on what we believe, think, say, and do. Our ignorance can harm others as well as ourselves. I was reminded in one of my readings this week of the concept in Buddhism of the Bodhisattva. The teachings of Buddhism can help its followers achieve enlightenment, which they believe usually takes many lifetimes. Once enlightenment is achieved, one need not reincarnate. Yet the Bodhisattvas say, I refuse to be freed of my suffering until all my brothers and sisters have also been freed of suffering. I will not move forward in enlightenment until all have achieved enlightenment. I will stay here and help them become free. I believe that this is also our calling. Our global vision is a world that works for everyone. There are no exceptions. The book of Luke tells us, from everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. and from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. It is time for those of us with privilege, and I think that includes most of us, to recognize that more is being asked of us. We cannot create a world that works for everyone if we don't all step up and do the work. In addition to focusing on the large shifts that need to happen for all to be free, there are so many things we can also do wherever we are and wherever we go to help make the world better for those we encounter. We don't need to look very far to see people suffering. They're in prisons and detention centers. They're hospital workers and people who've lost their jobs or who've lost a loved one to COVID-19 or to any other disease. They're soldiers and police officers, single moms, cancer patients, and abandoned children, all of whom would benefit by you showing up as the divine and loving them right where they are through your words and deeds. The freedom we enjoy through our connection with the divine needs to be shared. Emerson warns us to beware of holding too much good in our hands. We can only truly enjoy freedom when we spread it around, helping others to experience the same. We can volunteer, teach, lead by example, smile at strangers, for now with your eyes, deliver food, mow someone's yard, provide a ride to the doctor, and if you're outside of your home and around other people, wear a mask. It's the loving thing to do. Here in our world, there is so much opportunity to love everywhere we go. Home Office is offering an online book study starting the first week in August on Layla Saad's book, Me and White Supremacy. The information is in the announcement section of our website about how you can register. If that doesn't appeal to you, figure out what does. My 5th grade school teacher used to say, do something even if it's wrong. Her point was not to encourage bad behavior, but to encourage us to take risks. We are called to treat and move our feet. Remember, light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience. And patience creates unity. None of us are free until all of us are free. So today I challenge you and ask you, what are you going to do to help bring more light to the world so that all of us can be free? I look forward to sharing that journey with you. And now today, instead of a closing prayer, I'm going to invite you to join me in a loving kindness meditation. This is a wonderful spiritual practice to help create love in our own hearts and minds, and thus in the world. The more we all love, the more all will be free. So if this resonates with you, I invite you to incorporate it into your daily practice. You can use the phrases we use today or create your own set that are more focused on the ways you want to be loving kindness in the world. And I want to say that I was struck today, Rick, by your song, How Beautiful It Is, your song in the memory of George Floyd. And I want to challenge us all to really start doing a loving kindness meditation in our lives. Because I want people to be free, not because they're dead now, but because they're able to fully live their lives. So I will lead you through each of the set of phrases once, but in your daily practice, you might choose more repetitions, repeating the phrases over and over with enough space and silence to create a rhythm that's pleasing to you. The goal is not to create any special kind of feeling, but just to be present to each of the phrases as you say them, okay? So we're going to begin by settling in, getting comfortable in your chair so you're not using any energy to hold yourself up or to hold yourself together. And just allow your eyes to gently close. If you find you're still not comfortable, just rearrange yourself. Take a deep breath. And then just allow your breath to settle into its own natural rhythm, breathing in and out at your own pace. From that place of ease, as we continue, we will focus our awareness on the silent repetition of several phrases, beginning with ourselves as the first recipient, then extending our loving kindness to a wider and wider circle of beings. I will say each phrase, then leave time for you to silently repeat it. So now silently say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be safe. May I be well in body, mind, and spirit. May I be loving kindness. Now bring to mind someone that has helped you in your life, someone that you think of with joy. They may have helped you directly, or you may never have met them, but somehow they made a difference in your life. Imagine them receiving these words as you silently send them out. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be well in body, mind, and spirit. May you be loving kindness. Allow any feelings that arise to move through you as you continue to focus on repeating the phrases. Now, bring to mind someone with whom you struggle. Someone for whom thoughts of loving kindness don't normally arise. You don't have to let them too close if you're not ready. See them at a safe distance away as you sit and send these thoughts to them. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be well in body, mind, and spirit. May you be loving kindness. Now, bring back the beloved figure from earlier, and somewhere a bit behind them, the person with whom you struggle. Together, have them offer loving kindness back to you. Put yourself in the position of the recipient as they both offer these phrases to you. Notice how it feels to receive that loving kindness from each of them. What feelings come up for you? Allow your heart to be open a bit more with each phrase as you hear them say, may you be happy. May you be safe. May you be well in body, mind, and spirit. May you be loving kindness. Finally, imagine yourself viewing the world from outer space. That lovely blue globe that we've all seen the picture of, filled with a multitude of individuals who make up the collective one. And send your loving kindness to all of them. May you all be happy. May you all be safe. May you all be well in body, mind, and spirit. May you all be loving kindness. May you all know your oneness. Now, sitting with those feelings of loving kindness, bring your attention back into your body. Come back to your here and now place. And when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you for your loving kindness. May you be blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Now is our time for conscious giving, which in our center is a spiritual practice, something we do consciously for our spiritual health and well-being. In order to keep everyone safe and well, we are streaming our services online and don't meet in this building currently. But we still have those expenses, and we would appreciate your continued financial support in these unprecedented times. You may continue to give via automatic withdrawal, text to give, or simply donate through our website at spirituallyfree.org. Now I invite you to bring your gift to mind and your heart, feeling the truth of your words as we speak together our giving affirmation. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me.
Let's hear some more from Kopo Magic and Jordan Hale and Delanne Haslam.
A song I wrote years ago called Sunshine. Light the fire, home, light the fire, home, light the fire, home. Sunshine, sunshine on my shoulders, sunshine, sunshine on my face, sunshine, sunshine all around to kiss me warm. Comes up in the east, goes down in the west, and every day's coming up in the morning, and every day's coming up in the morning. I can count on you like I count on the sun, and I will rest in you like I rest in the sun. Keep me warm. Fresh ocean breezes, warm sun on the beach, tossing waves around me, and I see your majesty. Sun brings a new day, birds singing in the trees, singing the Grinch to the sun. I say they're singing the Grinch to the sun, and I can count on you. I count on the sun, and I will rest in you like I rest in the sun. Keep me warm, warm, warm. Keep me warm. Entering the forest shadows, still see the sunshine bright. The warmth is all around me, keeping me warm. The power of all life keeps me warm. Say the power of all life keeps me warm, and I can count on you like I count on the sun, and I will rest in you like I rest in the sun. Keep me warm, warm, warm. Keep me warm. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, dance. Your soul is on fire. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, dance, your soul is on fire. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, dance, your soul is on fire. Listen to your body, listen to your heart, dance, your soul is on fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Kopo Magic. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Remember what Linda spoke to in the announcements. Myrna Hurst, our dear Reverend Myrna, hosting a chat on Zoom. The link is right there under this link for the service live stream. So that's right after the service. I bet this has stirred up a discussion, at least. So I invite you to participate in that. Maybe that's a really cool way, besides meditation and prayer, of course. Discuss ideas. It'll be a loving forum to do that. Thank you, Linda, for a marvelous talk. I absolutely know that was challenging, but it was a really beautiful message, and it stirred me up too. But I feel confident in this philosophy, in this community, that we have the strength and the determination to do whatever we're called to do to make this world a better place. I love that we have this community, and I think that's one of the benefits of community. That even if it's hard, we can come together. We can do our spiritual practice together. We can bounce ideas off each other and take steps to really make a positive change. It's a beautiful thing. Have a wonderful week, and look forward to next week. I have a marvelous talk and some great music coming. I wish you all well. I wish you safe. I wish you loving kindness. I invite you to fully take that in. Let's sing together. All that I need to be free. And maybe today when we're singing this song, we can think about all others having what they need to be free.
I'm a vagabond on a well-worn path of trials and tribulations. I've been blind to everything I would rather hurt like hell than know that I'm alive. I'll make a fool of myself and never having ever tried. Through the scars and the wreckage, we somehow survive. Heart and soul don't come from a carefree ride. Is a life untouched, living a life with a while, living a life with a while. If you had just one more day, what would you do? Would you shine or fade away? What would you choose? What would you choose?